You ever ask yourself, is all of this self-improvement stuff even working? Like you're putting in the time, the energy, the sweat, but you still wondered, is it worth it? Let me break it down for you. Self-improvement is like planting seeds in a garden. At first, nothing happens. It looks the same. It feels the same. But beneath the surface, something is happening. You just can't see it yet. And that's exactly why so many people quit before they see the growth. But here's the truth. The growth is inevitable if you stay consistent. If you're feeling stuck, lost, or doubtful, then this video is exactly what you need to hear. Self-improvement isn't some instant transformation where you just snap your fingers and boom, you're a new person. It's a process, bro. You're building yourself brick by brick, and sometimes you won't notice the progress right away. It's slow, but that's because it's deep. You're rewiring years of habits, mindsets, and behaviors. Think about it like sculpting a statue out of a block of stone. You can't chip away at it once and expect it to be a masterpiece. It takes time. You have to be patient with the process. I'll tell you a personal story. There was a time when I first started this self-improvement journey and I was frustrated. I felt like I was doing all the right things, reading the books, hitting the gym, working on my mindset, but the results, they weren't showing up. It felt like I was standing still while everyone else was moving forward. I doubted the whole process. But here's what I didn't realize at the time. The results were happening, just not in ways I could immediately see. Sometimes the biggest breakthroughs happen internally before they show up in the external world. Just because you don't see immediate results doesn't mean you aren't growing. You just have to trust the process. There's this thing called the compound effect. It's the idea that small, consistent actions done over time lead to massive results. And that's the key right there. People underestimate the power of small habits because they don't see immediate dramatic changes. But the truth is, those tiny actions compound over time. Let me give you an example. Imagine you decided to read 10 pages of a book every day. Now, 10 pages doesn't sound like much, right? You're probably thinking, what can 10 pages a day do for me? But over the course of a month, that's 300 pages. In a year, that's 12 books. You see where I'm going with this? The small stuff adds up, and before you know it, you're miles ahead of where you started. It's the same with your fitness, your mindset, your career, whatever you're working on. The small, consistent actions you take every day are shaping your future. It's like the saying, what you do frequently becomes your frequency. The habits you repeat become your lifestyle. Here's where most people go wrong. They start with a burst of energy, they're motivated, they're hyped, they're ready to go all in, but then a few weeks later, they start slipping. Why? Because they don't see the results fast enough. But here's the thing. You've got to play the long game. If you're constantly looking for shortcuts, you're never going to make it. Real change takes time, and the people who win are the ones who stick with it long after the excitement fades. And let me tell you, self-improvement isn't glamorous. It's not always about motivational speeches and breakthroughs. Sometimes it's about waking up, doing the work, and seeing no immediate payoff. And that is where most people fail. They can't handle the waiting. They think patience is punishment, but in reality, it's preparation. Every time you show up, even when you don't feel like it, you're building resilience. You're strengthening your willpower. You're becoming the person who can handle success when it arrives. I like to compare self-improvement to running a marathon. I ran my first marathon not too long ago, and let me tell you, it wasn't pretty. Around mile 16, I started questioning everything. Why am I doing this? Why did I prepare better? My phone died, my water pack was broken, and I still had miles to go. But you know what? I kept running. I kept moving forward, step by step. And the thing is, by the time I crossed that finish line, I realized something. It wasn't just about crossing the finish line. It was about the miles leading up to it, the discipline, the consistency. Self-improvement is the same. It's not about the end result. It's about who you become along the way. It's about pushing through those days when everything seems to go wrong, but still showing up. That's where the real growth happens. Now, here's something a lot of people overlook. accountability. If you're serious about self-improvement, you need people in your corner. You need a community, a group of people who will push you, hold you accountable, and call you out when you're slipping. Because let's be real, it's easy to make excuses when no one is watching. But when you got people expecting you to show up, you push harder. You commit on a deeper level. And that's why I created the Mug Mold Challenge. I designed it to be more than just another challenge. It's a 30-day reset to get your habits in check, to push yourself beyond your limits, and to break free from the distractions that are holding you back. It's about simplifying your life, focusing on what truly matters, and building the discipline to stick to it. You see, in the Mug Mold Challenge, we focus on physical activity, structured nutrition, mindfulness, reading, and cutting out the noise. The things that drain your energy, like social media and instant gratification. This isn't about perfection. It's about showing up for yourself every single day for 30 days. If you ever doubted self-improvement, if you've ever wondered whether or not it works, this is your opportunity to see for yourself. I've created a custom habit tracker for this challenge, and it helps so many people stay on track. You'll be able to measure your progress daily, which honestly is a game changer. So, does self-improvement really work? The answer is yes, if you're willing to do the work. If you're willing to commit to the small habits that lead to big change. If you're willing to stay consistent, even when you don't see the immediate results. And if you're willing to hold yourself accountable every day. This is your chance, your opportunity to take control of your life. You got 30 days to prove to yourself that you are who you say you are. Click the link in the description to join the Mug Mold Challenge. Download the habit tracker, and let's get started. Remember, what you do frequently becomes your frequency. Make sure your frequency is the one that attracts growth, discipline, and abundance. Stay unstoppable.